Fast food, for here or to go. Potato salad. Hamburger. Cheese. Bread. Bun. Roll. Relish. Ketchup. Mustard. Onion. Tomato. Lettuce. French fries. Poutine. Milk. Milkshake. Chocolate. Vanilla. Strawberry. Hot dog. Sausage. Fried chicken. Fish and chips.
Fast food, for here or to go. For people in a hurry, lunch is often a stop at a fast food restaurant, at the takeout counter of a deli, or at a food cart. At some fast food restaurants, people just barely stop. They use the drive-thru. They order and pay for it at one spot and then drive a few feet to a window where they pick up their food. In a city, people pop into a deli and pick up a ready-made sandwich and some potato salad. Or they may stop at a food cart on a street corner and leave with a sandwich and a drink that they can take back to their office. The ground beef patty, better known as the hamburger, is probably the most popular fast food. If it is grilled with a slice of cheese on top, it is called a cheeseburger. The hamburger is served on a round piece of bread called a bun or roll. People add a variety of condiments such as relish, ketchup, mustard, onion, tomato, and lettuce. Fries, also called French fries, are another fast food specialty. Potatoes are sliced into strips, put into a basket, and then deep fried in very hot oil. Fries are eaten with the fingers, leaving the fingers slightly greasy. A favorite in Canada is poutine, fries topped with gravy and cheese. For a beverage, there is a small carton of milk or soft drinks in cans or paper cups containing crushed ice. Soft drinks come in dozens of types, including diet drinks with no calories. In addition, bottled water is popular. Milk is the basis for the famous milkshake. A flavoring, usually chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, is added to the milk, along with ice cream, and the mixture is mixed in a high-speed mixer. All of these drinks can be served in paper containers with lids covering the top. A straw may be inserted through the lid and the drink can be sipped. There are other fast foods. The hot dog is one. Just as the hamburger is not made from ham, the hot dog is not made from dogs. For almost all Americans, dog meat is not only unappetizing, it is repulsive. The hot dog is a sausage, and it is served in a hot dog bun. The hot dog is either grilled or steamed, cooked in a covered pot with just a little water. Fried chicken from the southern part of the United States, tacos from Mexico, and fish and chips from Britain are also favorite fast foods. British chips, by the way, are the same as American fries. Wraps are a fairly new type of fast food. Meat, vegetables, and condiments are stuffed inside a flour tortilla or flatbread and neatly rolled up into a kind of tube. Fast food places keep their prices down by serving in high volume and by giving customers disposable utensils such as plastic knives, forks, and spoons and paper cups and plates to be recycled.
Coffee shops. Cream. Sugar. Latte. Espresso. croissant, scone, jam, butter, biscotti, donut, muffin, tea, hot chocolate.
Coffee shops. The United States and Canada have had a revolution in coffee shops. In former decades, coffee was just part of a meal, usually breakfast. It was not the featured item. Then, a couple of decades ago, small shops that sold special, gourmet, high-quality coffee began to appear. They succeeded. Now, coffee shops are everywhere, in the city center, in the suburbs, and in the small towns. Many types of coffee are found in coffee shops, and these shops compete with one another to give top quality. Plain coffee is the basic offering. It may be bought black, no cream, with or without sugar, or in any combination. It may be regular or decaf, no caffeine. Regular coffee contains caffeine, which is a kind of stimulant that wakes the body up. A lot of people want that morning jolt. Some don't, so they get decaf. Coffee may be roasted light, not so strong, or dark roast. Lattes, coffee with cream and sugar specially mixed, are popular, and so is espresso, a kind of concentrated coffee made with a noisy machine and served in a tiny cup. Usually the aroma in a coffee shop is delightful, and the food, as well as the coffee, is tempting. Many pastries are served to accompany coffee. Croissants, a flaky French pastry, scones, a heavier traditional British pastry that is split and served with jam or butter, and biscotti, a light and dry Italian sweet. Also, common American sweets like donuts and muffins can be found. Some people take coffee very seriously. Every step of the process of making the coffee can be important to these people. Where did the coffee beans come from? Who were the farmers? How and when were the beans roasted? When were the beans ground? How many minutes ago was the coffee made? What kind of cup is used to drink the coffee? Many shops even serve their coffee in a mug to cut down on paper waste. Is the coffee organic? Some people seek answers to all these questions and more. Others just enjoy themselves without worrying. If you don't want coffee, the barista, a special name for the clerk, can serve you tea or hot chocolate and cool drinks for the warm summer days. A coffee cooler, a mixture of coffee, sugar, milk, and ground ice, is refreshing. The atmosphere of the coffee shop can be very important. Some shops are excellent places for doing work like writing or school assignments. People are chatting quietly, reading the newspaper, or working on their computers, taking advantage of the free Wi-Fi that most coffee shops have. Shops are great for socializing. Groups are conversing about work or pleasure, parents are talking with their little children, students are conferring about problems at school. In any case, you will probably find comfortable chairs and tables, and you will be able to enjoy an hour or two for very little expense.
International restaurants on Main Street. Basil, chili, spice, garlic bread, guacamole, crepes.
International restaurants on Main Street. Probably no countries in the world have a more diverse population than the United States and Canada. Here you can find almost every race, language, religion, and ethnic group. You can also find almost every type of food. Since the earliest years, people have arrived from all over the world, and of course, they have brought their food with them. In the past couple of decades, immigrants have come in even greater numbers and greater diversity, and food choices have never been more available. For example, Toronto is often considered one of the world's most multicultural cities, and the list of international restaurants there is endless. In every city, restaurants and grocery stores selling food from many international regions can be found. Adventurous eaters can explore exotic names of dishes and tastes new to them. Shops and restaurants specialize in a variety of ethnic foods. These specialties may be very spicy. The spices, like the people, come from many lands. Special spice shops sell everything from mild basil to hot chili. The aromas in these shops are interesting and inviting. Some restaurants offering international food have been around for quite a while. For example, Italian restaurants in Boston, Chinese restaurants in San Francisco, Mexican restaurants in Texas, and French restaurants in New Orleans, as well as French restaurants throughout Canada, have been on the scene for more than a century. So garlic bread, sweet and sour dishes, guacamole, and Cajun dishes and crepes are familiar words to many people. But not everybody has chopsticks in their silverware trays. Although ethnic restaurants can be formal or informal, most are informal. This informality makes it easy for people to stop in without making a reservation. Some or most of the customers may be speaking the language associated with the food, and there may be music to go with the food. If you don't know what ingredients a dish contains, you can always ask a waiter or waitress. Undoubtedly, they have answered the same question before. The typical ethnic restaurant is a family business owned by recent immigrants, and some of the people waiting on you may be relatives of the owner. 2 or 3 languages can be heard, and the menu may be multilingual. If somehow people from previous generations could return to life, they would hardly believe the amazing mix of food to be found these days. So it is a good idea to take advantage of these opportunities. You can stay in your own city and take a food tour of the world, or at least order Chinese takeout.
The brew pub. Beer, ale, stout, burger, fries, wings.
The brew pub. A few decades ago, people who loved beer used to say that they could not find any really good beer. You had to go to Europe to find memorable beer with real taste. In North America, beer was all made in huge factories, and it seemed tasteless and weak. Now that idea is gone because small breweries make excellent beer, and they are found everywhere, in almost every city and town. Brew pubs are bars that make their own beer or ale or stout, and they make it in small amounts, not like the giant factories that make it in huge vats. The beer is called craft beer, and the breweries are called microbreweries. Brew pubs usually have their beer on tap, served in glasses or mugs. It is also called draft beer. It is brought to the bar in kegs. In the old days, kegs were made of wood, but today they are metal. The keg is tapped, opened, and a plastic line brings the beer to the bar, where the bartender pulls on a long handle to fill the glasses. The glasses may be large, a pint, or smaller, a half pint. The first few drafts from a newly opened keg may be mostly foam. Beer drinkers call the foam the head. There is debate over just how much head is needed for the perfect beer. Food, especially burgers and fries, is served in almost all brew pubs. Another favorite is buffalo wings, which are actually chicken wings. Of course, buffaloes do not have wings. They are called buffalo wings because they originated in the city of Buffalo, New York. You can enjoy your burger or wings at a table or at a booth if you want to have a more private conversation. If the pub is a sports bar, there will be many televisions tuned to sports shows. A lot of brew pubs have special parties on holidays, such as St. Patrick's Day in March. Sometimes green beer is served that day in order to honor Ireland and the Irish people. Other holidays might be celebrated at brew pubs also. The biggest party is usually on New Year's Eve, when at midnight everyone says goodbye to the old year and welcomes in the new one. Brew pubs are great places to have fun with people you know or to meet people you don't know. Many customers are regulars from the neighborhood who already know almost everyone, but they are usually happy to welcome a newcomer, too. Supermarkets. Fruit, vegetables, butter, milk, cheese, meat, soup, potato chips, corn chips, roast chicken, sushi, flour, candy. Supermarkets. Most supermarkets are part of a chain of stores. The chains in the United States are regional, so for example in America, you will find many Albertsons in the western states, but not in the Northeast, where you will find Price Chopper. In Canada, Sobeys and Loblaws are found throughout the country. The third biggest, Metro, is found in Ontario and Quebec. Supermarkets sell thousands of items, so many that sometimes finding exactly what you want can be hard. But if you know the various departments, you will not have a problem, though the number of choices can still be amazing. When you enter the store, the first thing to do is get a shopping cart or basket. Nowadays, many stores encourage you to bring your own reusable shopping bags. Then you begin your tour. Each aisle of a supermarket may be a different department. The produce department contains fresh fruit and vegetables. The dairy aisle sells butter, milk, cheese, and other dairy products. And there are departments for meat, seafood, canned goods, products like vegetables, fruit, or soup, all in cans, and cereals. You can find aisles for frozen foods and for snacks, such as potato chips, pretzels, and corn chips. There will probably be an area with prepared foods, where ready-made salads, roast chickens, or sushi can be found. There may be a salad bar where you can make your own salad. Some working people stop by the supermarket to get food for lunch, all prepared and ready to eat. Many supermarkets have departments for ethnic foods, Mexican, Asian, Jewish, and so on, and you can always find an aisle for baking supplies, including many kinds of flour. Of course, supermarkets sell all kinds of other things. You can find pet food, napkins, vitamins, light bulbs, soap, and pills to help your upset stomach if you buy and eat too much. When you check out, pay, and leave, a cashier will help you, or you may use the self-checkout machine. The scanner will beep every time it records something you are buying. The scanner reads the barcode, a rectangle with many parallel lines, on the product, and it knows the price, even of items on sale at a special low price that week. In many supermarkets, you will be asked if you want paper or plastic if you didn't bring your own bags. You can choose what kind of bag you prefer. When your purchases are in bags, someone may help you carry everything to your car in the parking lot. No tips, please.
Convenience stores, co-ops, and farmers markets. Milk, beverages, coffee, chicken, vegetables, lettuce, squash, butter, cheese, jam, maple syrup, honey, eggs.
Convenience stores, co-ops, and farmers markets. Most people do most of their food shopping at supermarkets, but not everyone gets their groceries at those big stores. Smaller stores meet the needs and desires of people in many different ways. Convenience stores are often located on corners in heavily populated areas, so they're convenient to get to. And they tend to be open 24 hours a day. So, if you need milk or snacks or beverages at 3 a.m., the convenience store is there for you. They may charge a little more, but these mini groceries offer a valuable service for people on irregular schedules. Co-op markets usually serve a different kind of customer. They are not open all night, and they may not even sell the most popular soft drinks or a pack of cigarettes. They don't have bright neon lights, and they don't sell coffee in styrofoam cups or soft drinks in 64-ounce containers. They try to offer natural and organic food products that have not been processed or grown with chemicals. Those are some reasons why many people like co-ops. In addition, they are owned by members. In fact, some of the workers stocking the shelves may be members who are paying their membership fees by working. A co-op may take ethical positions on social issues or food policy. Its members may decide that the co-op should stock organic food whenever possible and use only certified organic suppliers of coffee. It may sell only free-range chickens and organic vegetables. It may buy from local suppliers or contribute part of its profit to a local charity. The customers are willing to pay more to support the co-op's policies. When the weather is warm enough in the spring, summer, or fall, all sorts of people flock to their local farmers' markets. These days, farmers' markets are in every town and in most neighborhoods of big cities. Usually, each one is scheduled for a morning or afternoon each week. The food at farmers' markets is seasonal and local. It is fresh, picked or harvested recently, and usually grown by the seller. People who buy from a farmer's market are proud to be locavores. They buy and eat locally grown food to reduce transportation and energy costs. At a big farmer's market, you may see a dozen kinds of apples. In the spring, you may see 5 types of lettuce, and in the fall, 5 types of squash. Any time of year, you may find farm butter and cheese, jam, maple syrup, honey, eggs, and much more, all local and delicious. And you have the added pleasure of supporting growers who are your neighbors.